Dr. Kumudini Pati, an independent researcher who is associated with the Center of Women's Studies, University of Allahabad. And we are taking up paper 15 in the subject Women's Studies. Paper 15 is the stories the states tell, and this is module 11, which is about honor killing. Now, what is actually honor killing? Honor killing is also called honor crime, or it is honor based violence, and it is a form of crime which is committed basically within the family and the community. This type of crime is generally committed deliberately in public so as to teach a lesson to members of the community not to repeat the act. And the basis of this is the violation of patriarchal norms or rules which have been established in a specific community. Now, honor killing, of course, is an extreme form of punishment, punishing people, mostly women, in the name of honor. It may be the honor of a clan or a family or a village, caste, subcaste, community or religion. But this term honor killing has come because of the researches of a scholar, Annie Nauta, in 1978, who wanted to separate these types of killings from other kinds of killings which occur in a family or community. Now, there is a big debate about this whole thing called honor killing. What is honorable about honor killing is the question that is being debated. For example, the United Nations says that this term, usage of this term, risks reinforcing discriminatory perceptions that males actually embody the honor of the family and the community. Now, if we see the prevalence of honor killing, it is not only in India, it is in various parts of the world that we see such killings happening. It may be in Egypt or Lebanon or Jordan, Morocco, Pakistan, the Syrian Arab Republic, Turkey, the Middle East, Mediterranean and Persian Gulf countries, and also in countries of Europe, for example, in France, in Germany or the United Kingdom, and in also Bangladesh, Ecuador, Israel, Italy, Sweden and parts of North America, Canada, Latin America. If we see the prevalence in India, then you can see that it is quite prevalent even now in the 21st century. There are around 1,000 honor killings every year, and this phenomenon is most prevalent in the region which has actually been the region of the Green Revolution, that is the western and northwestern parts of India. For example, in Haryana, in Punjab, Rajasthan, Delhi, western UP, as well as in states like Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra. And we have also seen recently in January 2014 a case of gang rape that was ordered as a form of honor killing. News came from West Bengal, and this was because the girl was having a relationship with a married man who belonged to another community and village. Now, what is this whole thing about honor referring to? Whose honor are we talking about? Is it the honor of the person, or is it the honor of somebody else? It is actually, the term honor comes because it is believed that a community, a religious community or a caste based community or a subcaste or gotra based community has something called an honor. And honor for them means that they are following a certain kind of family tradition. In Hindu society, Gotra actually means clan, and it broadly refers to people who are descendants of an unbroken male lineage. That is, they have some common male ancestor, or they perceive that they have a common male ancestor, and it may also mean family honor. So, when we define honor killing, we may say that it is homicide of a member of a family, or maybe a member of a social group, by members of the same family or of that social group, which is perpetrated because they feel that the victim has brought shame or dishonor upon the family or the community. Now, what could be the reasons that have been generally ascribed to honor killings? The reasons that we see generally in society are: if the party is refusing to enter into an arranged marriage, or the girl and the boy want to opt out of an arranged marriage and they want a relationship which is being disapproved by their relatives or their parents, or they want to have a sexual relationship outside of marriage, or the girl particularly has been victimized and has been a victim of rape, or even because certain, what is called by the Khaps, Western lifestyles are being adopted by the person in question, or even engaging in some kind of homosexual relationships. So, these are the basic reasons which are being ascribed to these crimes. Now, the nature of the honor crime is very different from any other kind of crime. For example, if there is a crime which is not an honor killing or an honor crime, then the society generally sympathizes with the victim. But here it is not so, because this kind of crime enjoys social sanction. The members of the extended family, the village community, plan this whole act very meticulously, and they act together, and many times they act through either a family council or they act through a village council, and they are so strong that they can just dismiss any kinds of dissenting voices. So, the nature of honor crime varies, and it is seen in many different forms in society. Now, what kind of punishments are generally given to the victims of honor crimes? One is that the girl and the boy are brought and their heads are shaved. Sometimes their mobility is restricted and they are imprisoned inside their own house. Sometimes the girl or the woman in question is gang raped or paraded naked. Many times we see that the act may be so brutal that one would not imagine the family being able to do so. For example, they could slash the victim's throat, they could stab them, they could burn them, behead them, or also engage in lethal acid attacks. And when we see that in the society they are not able to bring back the girl and boy to the village to punish them, then generally they give some kind of an excuse and call back the boy and the girl into the village, into the family, and then they are forced to separate and married to people from their own caste. Now, there are many cases which have been making headlines, and most of them have been from different parts of the country. One very important case was the Rizwanur Rahman and Priyanka Todi case of West Bengal, 2007. The Arushi Talwar case of Noida, Uttar Pradesh, which was in 2008, and it has always been in the news and people have been following it. The Nitish Katara case of New Delhi, which was in 2002, and this is also a very famous high profile case which has been there in the news for a long time. The Manoj Babli case of Kaithal, Haryana of 2007, in which the perpetrators had been punished by the courts and been even given capital punishment for the first time for an honor crime. The Nirupma Pathak case of Jharkhand 2010, the Bhavna case of New Delhi, which happened in 2014, and the Pratibha case of Muzaffarnagar, Uttar Pradesh, which happened in 2015. So, the conclusions that we want to draw: the honor killings are going on, khaps are there, and they are strong enough, and dissenting voices will be silenced, that we all know. And the political and social system also supports them. The villages support this kind of crime, so it has social sanction. So, what do? Honor killing actually cannot be dealt alone with legislative steps, although we do welcome a strong law which would ban honor killings. But there is a strong need to bring to the forefront the need for women's freedom of choice, the freedom to choose their own partners, to choose whom they are going to marry. Otherwise, there is an unhappy marriage and the vicious circle keeps going on. There are insecurities on both sides, on the sides of the parents and the side of the victims, and depression and anxiety, which leads to poor progeny. Now, the affirmative actions that can be taken in this regard are: one, the government should have a helpline for all those women and men who are facing threats of honor killing and need protection from the government. It is also very, very important that there should be a campaign for gender sensitization of the communities, as well as of the police, of the judiciary, the media, and society at large. The structural manifestation of violence against women should be properly understood and properly told to the common people. And at the same time, the political leaders, the khap chiefs, the religious leaders, even those who are involved in local self-government, should prevent such cases of honor killing from happening, and they should punish those who are abetting honor crime and who are found to be violating the law. Also, effective legislation should be in place to prevent forced marriage and honor crimes. Actually, the government has its way of finding out how many honor crimes are going on. And so, there is this NCRB, which collects data on crimes on women. So, now the NCRB has started collecting much data on honor crimes, and maybe if this is documented and people know how many honor crimes are going on in society, it would be an eye opener. Now, social pressure also should be mounted by civil society to make all parties which are involved accountable. For example, how can the members of parliament escape if honor crimes are still going on in this country? The legislative assembly members, the judiciary, the district authorities, the police, the media, even the parents of the victims, they are all responsible and they should be made accountable for these incidents. In fact, all khaps and all kinds of honor killings, all kinds of diktats which cause honor killings should be declared illegal. Thank you.